And welcome to Powerhouse Smart's monthly hard hat tour. It is Wednesday, September 23rd, and we actually have a couple different coasts as far as people on this call, from the West Coast and from the Midwest, which is always great, expanding our horizons. So for those of you who aren't familiar, Powerhouse Smart is a education membership community comprised of luxury industry professionals who come together to grow together. And so these hard hat tours started about 5 years ago, and they really, the concept was that we can learn a lot from each other sitting in the showroom, but we also learn more from each other when we actually get to touch and feel and see projects in design and construction. And while during COVID, all of our hard hat tours have been turned to be virtual, which is actually great because people who might not have been able to get in their car and drive to a certain geographical location can participate. So there's always a shining rainbow underneath the thunderstorm. Let's put it that way. So the way we're going to do this is we have an hour together today. We have one fabulous project tour. We've already practiced it, and you guys are going to love it. Incredible learning lessons and beautiful craftsmanship and great collaboration. And Staci Munic Interiors is going to be our leader here. She's going to introduce herself, her company, her collaborators, and of course the project, the scope, lessons learned, her team. And so that's all coming. But before we do that, in tradition with Powerhouse Smart, because remember, networking is a huge part of what we do, and we're all here to help each other. I want everyone to get just a minute, not even, just a couple seconds, and I'll practice by doing it for you, giving your name and what you do for your career. And right now we're on the Brady Bunch view. So I'll call out your name because everyone's got a different view, so you don't feel uncomfortable unmuting yourself. One or two people who will not be able to unmute themselves, which is perfectly fine. We'll just wait. And this call is being recorded. So just so you know, all the people that aren't able to be here with us at this moment, we'll get to know who you are as well. And I'm going to leave Staci for last. So I'm going to start with you, Mark Benner. Please introduce. Oh, I was going to practice.
We're going to go first.
Okay. Wendy Cohen. I'm the founder of Powerhouse Smart. This is my give back of my world, give back in the sense of my night job. My day job is Powerhouse Recruiting. So I recruit for industry professionals and for everyone on this call and anyone in the field. So I'm happy to have you here. Mark Benner.
Very glad to be here. Mark Eric Benner Architects, Virtual Reality Architecture and Innovation. I'm on the advisory board and did a little bit of work on last year's luxury conference. I'm really happy.
Fantastic.
Hang out with all you guys here today.
Absolutely, love it. And Mark's going to have a project, I think, next month and then the October Hard Hat Tour. Excellent. Okay, Susan Bertram.
Good afternoon. I'm Suzanne Bertram. I am an account manager with Materials Marketing, a natural stone company, and I'm excited to see your project, Staci. And I am hosting meaningful conversations with builders and landscapers on Friday, a quick half hour. You'll get a chance to see our showroom if you can join us.
And that's a Powerhouse Smart event as well. Excellent. Thank you, Susan. Michael Mann.
Hello, Michael Mann, Michael Mann Limited. I'm an architect and a builder. Been doing it for way too long. I know most of you, so hello. And I'm an emeritus member of the Board of Advisors. I've known Wendy for a very long time.
Yes, thank you, Michael. Good to see you. Gerard.
Hi, my name is Gerard McDonald. I'm with Bremtown Cabinetry. Hello, everyone. I've gotten a chance to speak to some of you, and I appreciate the time. And we're a custom cabinet company out of Bremen, Indiana. Been around since 1977, and I've been a member since February. So thank you.
Yes, thank you. We're happy to have you. Jason? Jason Lenhart, sorry.
Hi, I'm Jason Lenhart with Jason Lenhart Consulting. I'm a technology and home automation consultant, providing third-party independent consulting services for architects, builders, interior designers, real estate agents, anyone looking to integrate technology into their project.
Excellent. Thanks, Jason. Kimberly? Do you want to unmute Kimberly?
Sorry, I thought you were gonna unmute me. Hi. Sorry, you guys. I've been at my desk since 7, so it's a hat kind of day and no makeup, so I am not going on camera. So, and hi, Barbara Munic. That is our fan behind. I helped Staci with her mom's project too, so it's nice to see you. Anyway, Kimberly Colarossi with Circa Lighting. I do architectural and decorative lighting. Obviously, architects, builders, and designers I work with.
Okay, great, Kimberly. That's awesome.
And I did get a call from, or an email from Kimberly at 5 o'clock Palms, California time. So I can attest that Kimberly was at her desk.
I believe it. I
Early
believe it.
7 a.m. on the ball.
Okay, fantastic. So there was David. I do want to unmute yourself, David.
All right, am I there?
Yeah, you're here.
Great, super. So I'm Dave Brady, the founder and president of Oak Design and Construction Company in Oak Park. We renovate vintage homes and condominiums with a custom design team and solution. So I've worked with many of you, and it's great to be here. So
Wonderful. And David's on this collaboration with Staci, so we're going to hear from him some more. Kiersten?
I'm Kiersten Hoiland. I'm an architectural lighting designer. My company is Hoiland Studios, based in River North, and I specialize in high-end residential, art lighting, and hospitality and retail lighting.
Excellent, excellent, wonderful. So Gintari?
Hi, I'm Gintari. I work for the lovely Staci Munic. I've been holding down the fort here in Chicago during this time, and I'm excited to keep working with it.
Yes, that's great. And you're at the project, is that correct?
Yes.
All right, we're excited for that. Okay, thank you, Gintari. We'll let Staci introduce Chris when we get a little closer. So Jay Clark, hi, welcome.
Hi, Jay Clark and Tom Michael. We are the owners of that project site, actually. So we're clients of Staci's. Yes, we're not there. We're at our other home in Palm Springs right now, but we've been very excited, thrilled, elated. Just it's been a wonderful project and a wonderful team to work with.
Oh, fantastic. We're so excited that you're here. Typically, as I had said earlier, we've been having these kinds of project tours for years and years, and usually in the person. And when the homeowner is there, it's so great for us because we can get a little insight from them directly. And it's just such a testament to the leadership and the collaborators on that team that you care that much that you want to even be there. So that's awesome. I can't wait for the tour and for you to see what Staci has up for the presentation today. Thank you.
We are looking forward to it also.
Great, thanks. Yael?
Hello.
Hi, Yael. You want to introduce yourself?
Hi, yes. My name is Yael Reistein. I'm the principal and owner of YR Studio. I don't have my studio on, I'll put it on. I am an architect, an interior designer, and I also have an art studio. Trying to put it up. So I do custom art, and I try to see every space as a piece of art. So I go from the plan, the layout, the actual space, and then go inside all the details and combine it with the art. So that's my passion since I can remember myself, and I'm glad to be doing what I'm passionate about and get inspired by everybody. I think I know most of you, but it's nice to meet everybody and see everybody again.
Okay, Yael. And so Barbara, do you want to say a few things?
Sure, I'm Barbara Munic. I'm Staci's mother, and I've been with Staci since the day she was born.
Okay, that's great. And I heard you are successfully recovering from knee replacement. Thank God.
Thank you.
I'm glad to hear you're on the health. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, terrific. So Staci's going to introduce, so you see there's another picture here, Chris, and he's in the same location as her, so they don't want to have the volume issue. So what we're going to do before we switch it over to Staci, And again, we have one project, so we're going to have lots of time to really learn from this, and we'll be done within the 1 hour. But before we do that, I'm just going to share my screen really quick, and I'm just going to do a quick housekeeping. This is the Powerhouse Smart website for those of you who are not familiar. This is the events page. Here we are in September. Here we are on today's event. This is the event Susan Bertram from Materials Marketing mentioned. We have a big event a week from today with Designs for Dignity, which is our charity benefactor. And it's actually going to be an option to either be face-to-face at Schwentig Landscaping for a barbecue, a hosted barbecue. Starts at 5:30. Then there's going to be a toast to the 20 years Designs for Dignity has been providing pro bono design build transformations for other charities. And then there's going to be networking, and then a live video, and then a raffle drawing. And this is complimentary if you want to attend either virtually or in person, or you could put a donation for, if you were going to go to their big gala, you could donate as if you were going to buy a ticket or buy a raffle ticket, or you could donate $20 for the 20 years, $20. I want you all to know this is also being promoted on Design Chicago's website, and it is not being promoted as complimentary the way it would be to Powerhouse Smart guests and members. So it is a special event, and we are truly behind this, and we want all of you to attend virtually or in person if you can, even just for a few minutes to toast. And all this is going to be live streamed, and Designs for Dignity put a lot of time and energy into having this event. So then there's coffee meet and greet, and then we're going to have a realtor open house virtual tour that we've been started. And then the next Hard Hat Tour in October that I referred to as the 13th. So I just wanted to give you all a little little heads up, on all the things that are happening. Stop sharing. And other things that you can participate. And last but not least, you're going to be hearing more as we launch the luxury conference, the 5th annual luxury conference, which will be March 2021, virtual and hybrid. So you'll be hearing about that. So now it's 3:45 in Chicago. So what we're going to do is we're going to all go to Staci's picture and go to the 3 little dots to the right, and then hit pin video, and that makes Staci in the center of your screen. And when she shares her screen, her picture will become smaller, which is a great way for us to all focus on what Staci's going to share with us today as our leader of this project tour. So what I'm going to do is turn it over to her. She's going to save a little time for Q&A. And then there are a few things she's going to refer to that are links that you can go to that I already put in the chat box. Not the first chat, but the second and third chat are the corrected chat links that she's referring to. Plus, there's some video in this presentation. And then actually, as I had said earlier, Gintari is actually at the homeowner's house, and she's going to be live for any close-ups of questions that come up. So I'm so excited. This is such an exciting project. I'm thrilled to see all your smiling faces and for all the collaboration and sharing that all of you do, and especially for our homeowners to be on this tour. And now I'm going to be quiet and turn it over to Staci.
Thank you, Wendy. I'm going to mute myself, and then Chris is going to turn his mute off, then he can introduce himself.
Hi everybody, I'm Chris Richardson, and I've been with Staci for a couple months now. I'm thrilled to meet all of you and be a part of this Hard Hat Tour, and I can't wait to dive into this project with you all.
Excellent. Thank you. Chris?
Guess now you got to turn. Good?
You good, Chris? Okay. All right, Staci, we're excited to learn about you and this entire project. So tell us more.
Well, first of all, thank you, Wendy, for organizing this and for allowing me to present our project to Powerhouse Smart. I've been a member for several years. I am an interior designer based in both Chicago and Palm Springs, and we focus primarily on high-end residential projects and hospitality. And I think what sets us apart from other interior design firms is that we really truly design for our clients. We are collaborators. I come to interior design from the service, the hospitality industry. We make the process very joyful for our clients and have a masterful way of seeing the invisible, I guess we could say.
Yes.
So that's a little bit about Staci Munic Interiors. I will tell you about this project now, so I think we want to just share my screen. So will you make me the host?
You can share. I've given you sharing privileges, so you've got it.
Okay, great.
Excellent.
Can you guys see this?
You might have to hit share twice.
Okay.
And I can also make you the co-host. Okay.
Share screen. I'm going to try this. Tell me. This is a new way. I've always shared my desktop. So let me see if this works.
There you go. Perfect. Yes. Excellent.
Works?
Yes, you're good.
And you can't see if I get any funny texts from anyone. You never know.
And never know what's
gonna pop up on that desktop.
Okay. I love your logo. Beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Okay, take it away.
So Tom and Jay are in the group who you met. So I want to thank them for hiring us to work with them on this project. It truly has been an incredible process. They're the most wonderful, lovely human beings, and really, really grateful. Their home is in the Carlisle on Lakeshore Drive in the Gold Coast. It's an absolutely beautiful building. And I put this team together because I met everybody in Powerhouse Smart. So I met Kiersten Hoiland, the architectural lighting designer, and Dave Brady, Oak Design Build, our general contractor, at one of their hard hat tours on Lakeshore Drive, but a little bit further north. And I thought they did such an excellent job with the project, and thought, oh gosh, I hope one day I can collaborate and work with them. And it was the first time I met either one of them. So again, thanks Wendy for putting together Powerhouse Smart, because had you not, I wouldn't have known them. And
love those success stories, Staci.
Good one. It's a good one.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to take you back to Palm Springs a little bit. I'm going to give you a little backstory. So I'm in Palm Springs now, and these photos were taken at Modernism Week 2020. If you don't know what Modernism Week is, and if you've never been, I would highly recommend that you put it on your list of trips to be taken, especially because we are all design enthusiasts. It's about 10 days in February, every February, and it is comprised of amazing home tours, great talks on mid-century modern art and architecture and culture, and there's interesting parties, and it is so inspiring, and you're surrounded in beauty and beautiful people. And that's where I met Tom and Jay. They toured my home in 2019 on the Modernism Week tour. So my condo that I'm in here, I renovated I started 2 years ago. I've lived here for about a year. And there's a link in the chat. You can watch a video of me on House TV Live. I was just interviewed, and it was just on a couple weeks ago. So if you want to copy and paste that and put it somewhere, you can watch that later. Don't watch it now because it's loud and distracting. And then there's also a link to Modernism Week, so you can learn more about Modernism Week as well. So about 50 people came through my condo every hour for 6 hours. 50 to 75 people. And I tried to talk to as many as I could. And I met Tom and Jay, and we just really connected. And it turned out that they had a home in Palm Springs and also in Chicago. And they were so surprised when I said that I was from Chicago and primarily based in Chicago. And one thing led to another. And that spring, I was at their lovely home, and we were talking about renovating their main suite. So you all know we're not really supposed to say primary anymore, or we're not supposed to say master. So if I say main bathroom, main bedroom, I'm talking about the master. So there's me and Gintari and Kiersten in my home, and Tom this year in 2020 was a docent for me. So he not only paid me to do his condo, then he volunteered for me to show my condo to more tour goers in 2020. So it was really nice, really
awesome relationship. Yeah.
Okay, so I introduced you to the fabulous Kiersten Hoiland. I thought maybe I have another picture of you, Kiersten, but there's that's Kirsten's logo. When I started on the project, I wasn't sure.
Staci, can you go forward one more? I think, oh, Kirsten's logo's right here. Got it.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention Kiersten because I have her logo here. So Kiersten's firm is Hoiland Studios. She's incredibly talented, gifted, detailed oriented, has so much integrity. I literally do not do a project without bringing Kiersten into it. We've worked on many projects in both Palm Springs and Chicago. Some she's never even stepped foot in, and some I haven't stepped foot in. So it's a pleasure working with Kiersten. And then here we have Dave Brady. He is the leader and owner of Oak Design Build, and we also put a photo of Bogdan. He was Dave's foreman on the job. Just an incredible team, so much integrity, again, very detail oriented, always wanting to do the right thing, and it was just wonderful.
Yay, Dave!
So I kind of went over this, so I'm not going to reread it. But again, these are the links that are in the chat. So February 2019, I met Tom and Jay. We started their project in the spring of 2019, and we just finished it because of life happenings and COVID and stuff that happens. But the project moved along very smoothly. It was a matter of when we started and when we finished, but we just finished a few weeks ago.
And so, Staci, what was, I know our clients, Jay and Tom, are on the call, but were they okay with the fact that the timing was a little different?
Well, what happened is we decided to start it later. So we were all ready to go. All the plans were done. All the materials were in. Everything was ordered. And we were going to start in the fall. And then Tom and Jay decided they wanted to wait and start in the winter and do the construction when they were in Palm Springs and not live through it. So it really was their choice. And then once they started, we really worked uninterrupted. And even with COVID-19, we did have some delays and some slowdowns, and it was difficult to work in the building. But I think we finished in a good amount of time considering what was happening in the world.
Okay, great. Makes sense.
And won't let me go.
Are you having a hard time? It's not letting, oh, there you go.
So this is another slide of just Modernism Week. Wanted to give you another sneak peek. This is a tour that Kiersten, Gintari, and I went on just to show you some of the fabulous design and architecture that's happening here. And it's not all over the top mid-century modern like this. This house actually just sold this week for like, I think $2.5 million. But it was really cool. And this is some of the stuff you get to see here.
Yeah, that's cool.
And we have no fun at all either. There's nothing fun going on in Palm Springs.
Yes. Especially if we hang out with you, we're going to have fun. That's
right.
For sure.
That is for sure. That is for sure. And then that's Tom and Jay. That's at a cocktail party here in my home in Palm Springs during Modernism Week 2020.
Great.
So this is a Carlisle. It is glamorous. It is inviting. It is one of Chicago's just shining stars of Lakeshore Drive with so much rich history. The type of building that you walk into and you feel like you're back in time, yet it also feels very current. There's just a great sense of pride in the architecture of the building, and everybody who works there and lives there is very, very mindful of maintaining that integrity, and we wanted to make sure that we did that when we redid Tom and Jay's main suite. So they were ready to update and invest in the property. They wanted to increase the resale value, and you'll see in the before photos, they called it Boca Beige, and they just wanted to live with some color and have their main suite feel like them and bring a little bit of Palm Springs flavor to their home in Chicago without fighting all of some of the very traditional elements. Even though the Carlisle was built in the mid-century, the interior finishes are quite traditional, though there are many modern elements too, like floor-to-ceiling glass windows. So it was really a delicate balance between maintaining the integrity and making it feel like their own. Okay, ready for before?
Yes.
So this is looking into the bathroom, and it's quite a bit of heavy, dark stone. That's the shower, the photo on the left, and not a lot of light. On the right, you can see a single vanity, a single sink vanity. We'll show you another photo as well. And then if you look at the photo on the right where you see that mirrored wall and you see a doorway where Tom is standing, we opened that wall to allow for a double sink vanity and make this whole, and then the master closet, I'm getting used to the master main thing, is on the left of that mirror, and we wanted that whole area to feel like one room and one space, making the bathroom feel much bigger and feel more of a complete dressing area as opposed to just the bathroom, then a closet and a desk, then the bedroom. So that was the vanity before, and that is where the toilet lived. So Tom and Jay really wanted a private water closet, you know that, and I did too. That was the first thing I suggested. Would you consider a private water closet? And they said we would love that. We know that in some units it's been done, some it hasn't been done, but we weren't sure if we could do that, if we could turn the toilet and rotate it. So you'll see what transpired. This is a piece of furniture on the left of the toilet. This is the bedroom before. So what I'd like to point out is on the bookshelves and above the bed, there are recessed puck lights. We in Kiersten came up with a really brilliant plan to change and transform that, which we'll get into a little bit later, but I just want to show you the before and point that out to you. And then I'd like to point out the heavy textured wall covering that's enveloping the bedroom. And behind those bookshelves, you can't really see, but there was beige upholstered boards behind the bookshelves and very, very heavy drapery on the windows. So the bedroom has gorgeous West City views, and you couldn't really appreciate them before. Tom and Jay also had some meaningful pieces of furniture that they wanted to integrate into the plan. So notice the bed, notice the nightstands and the lamps. We did take out some items and we left and repurposed others, but I just want you to notice those things as well. So here is the scope. I think I covered most of this, but
Yeah, one of the things you said earlier to me, Stacy, was the fact that, you know, building and remodeling, renovating in these landmark properties is quite the challenge, and that you had to do multiple floor plans for almost all of the spaces.
Right. So we had a dream plan, and I'll show you some of the renditions that we went through. You know, we had a dream plan of what we wanted to do, but then we weren't sure if we could do it until we actually opened up some walls. Gotcha. And really got in there. And the building engineer was wonderful, and, you know, gave us as much information as he could, but some things you just didn't know. Like, we weren't sure if we wanted to do wall mounted faucets, but we weren't sure if we could do that or if we needed to do deck mounted faucets. We wanted to, you know, rotate the toilet. We weren't sure if we could do that. There were some other things with, you know, lighting that we had to be flexible with as well. But the goal was to make a fairly small bathroom live large and give our clients a sense of breathing room and lightness and airiness, but also maintain that very, you know, rich, what's the word I'm looking for?
Character.
Yeah.
Probably character. Yes. Okay. Wonderful. This is exciting.
So same in the bedroom. There was so much room in the bedroom that wasn't being utilized. So I really asked them a lot of questions. You know, do they want to sit on a sofa and watch TV in their bedroom? You know, do they ever have coffee or tea or drinks in their bedroom? And that's how we came up with the idea of putting a sofa at the foot of the bed and moved out some of that other furniture. And the bed is also on an unusual angle, which I'll show you an image of that. So that was a little bit tricky with the placement of furniture and selecting of carpet, because it's not a straight angle. So that was quite challenging, but I think we did really well. We replaced and refinished some of the existing furniture. We replaced the existing carpet, replaced the existing lighting, and we refinished and refreshed the existing built-in shelves. So this was what Wendy and I were talking about is, you know, how do you design in a landmark building and how do you succeed at it? And it was by providing options and remaining very agile. And then also when you're working with a team like Dave and Bogie and Kiersten and Gintari, Chris hadn't been working with us yet, but we just all knew that stuff was going to happen and we were going to fix it and work together to fix it. And nobody threw anybody under the bus, not even once. You know, we came to a point where, okay, this light isn't going to work. The shower door is hitting it. And we just, you know, we just figured it together.
Yeah, the perfect example of a collaboration, which is a lot of what we talk about. You know, we're trying to build these relationships with each other so that we can work together seamlessly for the benefit of everyone and the client, of course.
Right. And also, again, communication is key. I know I'm a little dark here. Is it okay? Can you?
Yeah, you're okay. You're good.
So this was one plan when we thought, well, maybe we can't have a water closet. So if you can see, we were able to open up the entire wall where that shower was closed in once before with all of that tile and just a little bit of glass above. We were able to make that whole wall walking into the shower glass and have two shower heads. And this was, again, the case if we couldn't turn the toilet and if we didn't do an enclosed water closet, how could we make use of that space? And we designed a little recessed storage area that was going to be a beautiful little floating walnut cabinet with some shelves and this very dramatic niche on the back wall. That's the 61 by 18. I think it turned out to be larger than that. It did turn out to be much larger than that niche. So when you're outside the bathroom and you're in the bedroom and you're looking straight ahead, all you see is this like incredible, beautiful illuminated stone and glass. You'll see the double vanity on the right. That did not need to change. And then can you see my cursor? No.
No.
So if you're walking toward the front, toward the doorway, it says a 2x6 storage cabinet and then a 3-foot bench. So none of that was there. That's where that desk was, if you can imagine the befores. I hope I'm explaining this well.
No, you're doing great.
And there was carpet in the closet and in that little area that says en suites and where the storage cabinet and built-in, that was all carpet, but we made this whole area tile, and we just ran the carpet in the sleeping area, and we added this pocket door to really allow the space to open up and breathe.
Great, looks great.
So there were even, hand sketches going on. You could see that was in February. That was when we realized, okay, yes, we can turn the toilet, we can have a water closet, but how do we make that space interesting? And we added a niche there with some beautiful floating walnut shelves, which you'll see. And then on the right is another drawing of another plan with a different type of water closet. And we were just a little nervous that it was going to make the passageway feel a little tight. It met code. It was definitely wide enough, but it wasn't ideal. And the colored blocks just show different areas when we were deciding how much tile to order and what we needed to get. It was just a nice visual for us to communicate with each other and make sure we didn't make any mistakes ordering, although we did need to order a little extra. But okay. Here are some of the bathroom elevations.
Great. And so what tile did you use?
Well, we used a bunch of different tiles. So on the floor, we used a tile from Arizona Tile. It's a porcelain that looks like terrazzo. So there was that nod to the mid-century modern Palm Springs vibe, which is very fitting in a mid-century Chicago high-rise. And then the wall tile was a very beautiful, quiet porcelain tile from Porcelanosa. We actually ended up installing it vertically, not horizontally. So even though our drawings here show a horizontal install, we ended up changing it and it came out much better thanks to Bogey. And and then the stone, the countertops and the niche is a beautiful aria quartzite. It's a real natural stone, just absolutely exquisite. If you've never seen aria or worked with it, it's beautiful. And we purchased that from Calia, and then we had our fabricator was Marble Emporium.
Okay, fabulous.
So that is the main bedroom. So you can see that angle. That was a little tricky.
That looks like a challenge.
It was a challenge, but we nailed it. And then you see the dotted lines by the pillow and on the bookshelf. That is where Kiersten designed the coves for the lighting, where the little pucks once were.
Cool. That's great.
Any questions so far?
Nope. We want to see the pictures.
Keep going.
Keep going to the pictures.
Here's just a screenshot of Bogey and I chatting and sending pictures, but just so you can see the level of communication. And that is me at Marble Emporium. So we, mapped out the entire slab in September of 2019. We just wanted to make sure everything was ready to go. And even though the stone wasn't even cut until the spring of 2020, we were ready. We knew where we wanted every vein to hit, where we wanted it to show on the threshold for the shower. And then we took photos and documented it all as well.
Awesome.
Because 4 days after that picture, I had open heart surgery.
Right.
So we were ready.
Right, exactly. And then there was COVID.
And then there was COVID. There was that too. Okay, demo. Love demo. That feels so good. We all love that. first demo day.
Yeah, that's
And then
great.
look how gorgeous they work so clean and neat. Like the job site was always just beautiful. Like it was their own home. You can see how well it's framed, and that photo on the left all the way at the back is the niche, just to give you a frame of reference of what you're looking at. And the photo on the right is where the water closet is going to be. And that was framed and reframed a couple times. Here's the installation of the tile.
Cool. Wow. Awesome.
And that young man on the right, he was doing the framing for the pocket door.
Great.
And again, you could see the detail of the lighting and the ceiling. You know, just the detail is so great with two small recessed lights, and then behind on the ceiling where the tile meets the ceiling, there's another cove. So you'll see the photos, the whole wall is washed in light, and we illuminated inside the niche as well. These are the bookshelves. So you can see that upholstered fabric behind the bookshelves, and you can see where we cut out the soffit where the recessed lights were, and where we were creating the channel for the new lighting. And where you see the blue tape on the right, we put outlets on the bookshelves. So you'll see really interesting lamps scattered throughout the bookshelves to give it a really lovely glow. And we made sure that we measured the height and the depth, so when we were specifying lamps, we knew what would fit. The photo on the left, that was the original length or the original height of that soffit over the bed. And, you know, I was in Palm Springs. I think Gintari and Bogey were on the job. And I said, you know, I just don't think that's right. And I think we had Kiersten on the call too. I think we did a 4-way FaceTime, and then we decided to make the soffit the same size as the soffit where the shades were. But again, it's just to show you the level of daily communication throughout the day that went on, and how we were able to pivot and be agile and make some changes as they were needed. So that's wall covering that's being installed on the bed wall, and behind, and then there's that's that light rail above the bed.
Starting to see some of the color come alive. Here we go.
Here we go.
The drum roll.
So that was the original bed that we had reupholstered in a gorgeous ombre velvet. And we just thought it worked really harmoniously with that amazing watercolor feeling wallpaper behind. And then opposite it are the bookshelves. We painted the entire room in the same color, and we just changed the sheen of the paint. So on the bookshelves, we went with a more satin finish. And then on the walls, we went with a flatter finish, and baseboards and doors were all in that same satin finish, and changed all the cabinet hardware as well to a gorgeous like satin brass, just like little pieces of jewelry.
Beautiful.
The carpet's amazing. It's a beautiful wool carpet. Lewis did a great job with that. Okay, so here are the after photos. Photos were done by Michael Caskell.
Beautiful. Wow. Love that lighting in the mirror in the bathroom.
Gintari, is there music? Nope.
Automatically start to play.
Pardon?
It was automatically supposed to start to play.
Okay.
But
And then I was going to ask Dave Brady, like, how do you frame out those niches in the water spaces, the wet spaces, like the shower, so that you know you won't have any problems in the future?
Carefully, very
Carefully.
careful.
Okay, good. I love it, because I know that's always, if you don't have the right contractor, you're in trouble there.
Yeah, those are difficult, but they're very cool when they're executed right.
I'm sorry. The cabinets are custom walnut by Dave's Cabinet Shop.
Oof.
And they're exquisite. And then we went with a higher backsplash. I think we went with an 8-inch backsplash.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Hardware is also gorgeous.
Hardware is gorgeous. It's from an English company. It's pretty special.
Dave, the cabinetry is outstanding.
Thank you.
I don't know if I need to talk much during the afters, do I? Do you just want to?
Well, why don't you just cruise through them, because I know you have a really cool video we want to get to. Really gorgeous. I love it.
So, oops. So lights off, lights on. That was all Kiersten.
And I also just jump in and say that the photographer edited out my recess lights. So there were recess lights in there.
Okay. All right. Bummer.
I'll show you. I'll take you through a little tour of everything after she's done.
Okay. Beautiful cabinetry.
Yeah, we lit inside the cabinet as well. A really amazing, smart detail.
Beautiful.
Those cabinets on the bottom, you know, under the door that's open, they're hampers, they're rollouts. So there's space for dry cleaning and regular laundry. We carried that wall covering into the dressing area behind the bench. So when Gintari walks you through, she'll explain that. And then we just went with different shades of velvet and really soft, yummy textiles. The bench is a faux leather with a gorgeous brown leather trim that gives it a little bit of a Ralph Lauren feel.
It's so beautiful, really.
It's flashy.
Amazing hardware.
Hardware's exquisite.
And so that's your water closet.
That's the water closet. We left the top of the glass clear and the bottom part of the glass milky to offer privacy to Tom and Jay, yet not have them feel too closed in. And then they could admire.
Okay, I can't do it.
And then they could admire, you know, the rest of the bathroom, even when they're inside the water closet through the clear glass on top. And then we tiled the walls inside the water closet, 2 of the walls in the same tile that we tiled the shower in, again, which helps make the space feel connected and larger. So this is the view when you're in the bathroom looking out toward the bedroom.
Just so you have a time reference, we've got about 10 minutes total. Ooh, look at that. Beautiful.
Oops. When I go backwards, it goes back to the beginning. That's inside the water closet.
So beautiful. It's like a piece of jewelry, like you said. Oh, look at that. Oh my gosh.
Very different from the Boca Beige.
Yeah. Oh, look at the light, the lamps. Oh, that looks like a living room. It's so beautiful.
Thank you. Gintari did a great job styling those bookshelves.
Yeah, no, it's great.
These are all items from their travels and objects that were just meaningful to them that we wanted to incorporate. So here's a little video of me and Tom on a morning walk.
Good morning. I'm on a walk, beautiful morning in Palm Springs with my client who has become a good friend, and he lives in Chicago and also Palm Springs, and we're just talking about his bathroom renovation, and I haven't seen him since he's been back there since the bathroom's been finished in Chicago, and I was so happy when he said this. It made my whole day. Here we go. I'm gonna flip it.
Hi. We're having a beautiful walk this morning. So seriously, we had this little bathroom. It kind of was sad and a little bit. It was dated. And okay. And so Staci came in and made it a space that we never imagined. We never thought that that little space could look so big, number one now. Number two, make us so happy. And you feel so good being in the space. And things like the toilet, we wanted to move the toilet. And for years, we talked about moving the toilet and having a toilet closet in there. And we had 2 or 3 different contractors come in and say, it can't be done. It can't be done. And Staci hooked us up with this contractor in Chicago. And guess what? It was done. everything that could have been done to that bathroom in our wildest dreams has been done because of what Staci did. So it's just a really wonderful space. And so thank you, Staci Munic Interiors. And for all you people in Chicago, come to Palm Springs. It's really pretty good.
I love it. That is great. That is so awesome. All right. That's fantastic, Staci. So that is terrific. So we're gonna go back to the Brady Bunch, and then we have 8 minutes left. Dave, anything you'd like to add to lessons learned from this project, Mr. General Contractor?
Well, there's always lessons learned. You know, I've been doing this a long time, and I'm still learning, which is still what gets me up in the morning. I still love my job. I still love the challenges. I loved working with Staci and Kiersten and Gentari and Bogdan and Tom and Jay. I mean, it was just great. It was a hard project, but everyone was so flexible, which is so key, so we could get the outcome for Tom and Jay. And, you know, we make it happen. We all make it happen. And communication with Staci and Kiersten and Gentari was great. Tom and Jay, too. It was key. But you always learn. There's always something waiting. And COVID was something that we didn't expect and was waiting. And that was hard because we had new rules and regulations. And we had to figure out just how to work through that. But when we got the space gutted and we sort of had this new palette, we were able to do some things mechanically, and I know this is probably the boring stuff, but we were able to supply, you know, it's a two-person shower, so we were able to supply both valves from different sets of risers, so they have incredible water pressure. Doesn't sound like a big thing, but it's a huge thing. So we were able to, you know, pick up on little things like that. We were able to take, you know, the opportunity, make them work better for our clients. So, and we just tweak things along the way. And I think that's what I liked working about, you know, with the clients and Staci and team. We just make things work. And it's, you know, you draw them, you figure them out, you spend a lot of time up front trying to make it happen. But then always when comes for the time for execution, you learn a little faster way to do it. You learn some things don't necessarily work out the way you want, but so yeah, I think, you know, I just learned, you know, again, flexibility, creativity, work together, communication, and just discipline and work hard like we always have. So that's my story.
That's perfect. Absolutely perfect, Dave. Love it, love it. What about you, Kiersten? Any lessons learned or words of wisdom or something that we didn't get to hear yet?
There weren't really major issues in the lighting department. I mean, we really were able to execute a lot of the details, which was amazing. One just kind of note is that we used the recessed lights that are flangeless. So they're mudded into the ceiling and they just provide a really nice clean look. And especially with lower ceilings, it's really nice to have that detail because it's closer to you and you know, you don't see that trim edge. We also used fixtures with lenses throughout, and that's especially important over a sink area because you want to have diffused light, especially if it's coming down on your face, as opposed to a direct light source. So having that diffusion in the lens just helps to kind of diffuse the light.
Yeah.
You would see that.
And I've learned from your and Staci's projects together that if I were actually in the field doing designing and building, I wouldn't do a project without you either, Kiersten.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. All right. So Gentari, if everybody, we have 4 minutes left for anybody who wants to participate in the tour firsthand. What you need to do is pin the 3 dots next to Gentari, the pin video. She's actually at the house now. How lucky for her. And she's got a couple minutes, and then at 4:30 sharp, I'll let you all know. And for those who have pressing appointments, we're so happy you were able to join us, and you will get a recording of this. So go ahead, Gentari, show us that.
I'm gonna try my best here. It's on my computer. Okay. All right. So.
Ooh, beautiful.
All the lights are currently on.
Beautiful. Are those motorized shades, Stacy?
Yes,
Okay, so what did you use?
shade store.
Okay, shade store. Beautiful. And I'm sure, I know there's a beautiful western view and a balcony. That's pretty awesome. Very important. There you go. Nice. Beautiful windows too. Those are all original, right, Stacy and Dave?
The windows, we installed a new coating on them. So it's UV coating, and I think the windows were about 20 years old.
Yeah, I can comment on that. They were replaced at one point by a different team about 15, 20 years ago. So they're not original to the building when it was originally built, but they're about 20 years old now.
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So you put that coating on it to make it look newer, Dave, or is that for UV rays or what?
It's both. UV rays primarily to protect furniture and finishes, and then also, just to make the windows look more modern.
Wow, beautiful. That wall covering is gorgeous. You guys loving it? Do you feel like you're in a cloud?
Yes, it's one of our favorite things that we picked out, along with that lighting that Gintari is showing.
We love being in Palm Springs, but we do miss the bedroom and the bathroom. That's the one thing we miss about Chicago.
It's on a dimmer.
Yes.
Oh, beautiful. That's beautiful.
I used to have a lot of animosity with the past lighting, I will tell you, in the previous design. Now I love the lighting in our new space.
And look how big this feels. Wow, you know?
Can you believe that?
Really, this feels, yeah, oh, beautiful.
Here you guys all are.
Thank you. Fabulous. So
It's
see
really
that,
it's not a big space, but it really feels so much bigger now.
yeah, what plumbing fixtures did you guys pick? Stace? Brizo, beautiful. And that, you're right, that whole statement of that recessed niche is, oh, wow, look at that, that's beautiful. And then the water closet solution was very smart, really smart. And the fact that you did it on the top.
We had so many people tell us we couldn't do that, and Dave is the only person that figured out how to do it. So
He's a miracle guy. I saw, oh, very nice. Look at that.
Yeah, between Dave and Bogdan, I remember we were traveling pre-COVID when they figured it out that there was an option. It was the flexibility, being iterative and agile, and I remember getting the phone call saying, "I think we can do it," and I just thought, "Really?
This is a miracle, a miracle."
Are you sure?
So Jason wants to know, was there any lighting controls that you thought about putting in?
We've talked about it as a couple. We have some smart home options in the home already, but we haven't done a full-on lighting control system yet in the home. So there's still the traditional lighting controls, but at some point we've thought about doing that, and we'll probably have Stacy and the team, we'll talk about with them and figure out our next options with that.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, that's good, Jason. This is really, really beautiful. I'm so in awe. Thank you, Stacy, for putting this together. Thank you, Gary, for being there, and Chris, and of course, Dave and your team, and of course, having the homeowner and Kiersten and all of you here has been awesome. Love this, love this. You're gonna all get this on the recording. And I just wanna wish you all safe, healthy, continued happiness in your beautiful new renovation. And then I'll see you in Palm Springs too when we come up there for the next Powerhouse Smart event.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for coming. Awesome. Okay, 4:31. Thank you, everyone. Love you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Sorry I was late, Wendy.
Oh, that's okay. It's good seeing you, Jim. Sorry you didn't introduce yourself. All right, everybody.
Take care.
See ya.